Hello everyone, it's Crystal Neath here, and today we are going to use the Light Seers Tarot, and we're also going to use the Herb Crafters Tarot, okay? We're going to use both, and of course, as you know, we're picking up on the overall energy of the day. I know yesterday we had the Ace of Swords in reverse. We had the Eight of Wands in reverse. I kind of talked about Mercury retrograde. Long story short, my main phone that I use completely just won't charge. And it was just so convenient because, of course, it has all of my scheduling app with all my appointments in it. And you know how you have to double back verify everything. So in order to log in your email, they send a text message to your phone. So it was crazy. Okay, yesterday was nuts. Um, as you know, when Mercury is retrograde, our phones can get a bit out of whack. Luckily, I have my other phone to where like I can't put the like the intro on it and things like that, but at least I can still make the videos. So, which I've been using this phone lately anyway, which is good. Maybe I was prepping myself. So yesterday was very interesting to say the least. And might I add, one of the restaurants I always get sushi from ordered yesterday, and it was some unidentified object, and I realized that from here on out I probably will never eat out again. I probably will be cooking at home for the rest of my life. So that's how the Mercury retrograde is re-editing and revising. And I definitely had topics. I had the Emperor yesterday, and most definitely my husband was probably the topic of discussion all yesterday. So I just had to share that because yesterday's reading was very accurate for my life and what was going on. So let's see what this day is about. Let's get into the vibe. I don't want to be too long-winded. We are getting into the energy of June 9th. June 9th. What does this day bring for us? Let's see. This card want to come out. All right. That card actually tried to come out earlier. Oh, King of Wands. You know what? Last time I read that, I think I said Knight of Wands. Whoa. Sorry about that, King of Wands. No wonder you came off the stuff. Ooh, all right. I'm sorry about that. Okay, and then I want to pull one more card from the Herb Crafters Tarot. What is our overall spiritual guidance for the day? All right. And we have the Child of Water, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. The Herb Crafters Tarot uses different wording for some of them, but that is the Daughters of Water. Daughters of Water. Okay, Daughters of Water. Okay, so today has a lot of fire and a lot of water energy in it, which can be super steamy. Good for some things, harder to accomplish with other things, but we'll talk about it. So the first card out we have is the Temperance in reverse. And normally Temperance upright is doing this great job at juggling the impossible. You know, nobody understands how the moon rises. I mean, of course, scientifically they can prove it, but it's still magical. It doesn't matter what they say. It's just the moon rises every night and the sun rises every day. And it's the main thing that we know is going to happen if nothing else happens that day. And it's so reassuring, and it really is a spiritual thing to me. Like it's like, this is so spiritual. And that's what the Temperance is about. She is this angelic being, see her wings, who is helping in the impossible, with the impossible task. She balances all things that are extremely impossible. Now, when she's in reverse, or when it's in reverse, it can definitely be feeling like, whoa, this is a lot for me to juggle. So you all, once again, don't put on your plate more than you can chew. I tell this to myself all the time, being a very busy person. But seriously, with the retrograde, we have to kind of slow things down, get things in order, double check everything so that we don't get into this energy of the Temperance in reverse to where we feel like I'm losing my patience, I'm getting frustrated. Hey, Hanged Man is here saying, look, this is Pisces energy. It's like, and Pisces is all about like just kind of playing it cool, hanging around. Don't don't do yourself like that. Temperance in reverse is saying if the impossible cannot be met, it just can't be met. Sometimes it happens in life. We push hard, we do our best, and some days we just do what we can. And the hangman is here saying, look, don't be too hard on yourself. Of course, the hangman talks about being the victim. Don't make yourself the victim. Always find a way to inspire yourself, even in times where you feel like you're being victimized. Because the hangman is all about Neptune's energy of spirituality and seeing from someone else's shoes who we really don't have to. Like Neptune is the person who has the most sympathetic heart, who has the most empathy for the world. So it's a very spiritual sign. The hangman also relates to the story of Jesus Christ, which I always like to bring up when I can, because everything that Jesus Christ stood for was horrible to the society at that time. It was known as witchcraft. It was this impossible story of everyone harshly judging an individual because they didn't understand. And that's why people like the hangman, because it's like, man, I see things from a different perspective. I see things from a spiritual light. So it's okay sometimes when you see things from a spiritual point of view and other people don't understand. That's not our problem. The hangman also you don't want to get overly sensitive, get too busy in what's going on, and then you take everything too personal, and then you become a victim too, because the hangman definitely talks about that story too. So just watch that today. And then we have this fine, might I add, King of Wands giving us a nice little stare. Let's give him a close-up. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. So the King of Wands is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, more so highlighted with Leo in this deck because they put the lion right there. But he is so powerful. He is so strong. This masculine energy, and we all possess this in us, can get things done in an assertive way. You might have to, yes, with some things, let it be. Don't push it, don't force it. But with other things, it might be inserting that hangout. It might be inserting that energy of just allowing things to be and not pushing things too hard. Now, what I do love about the King of Wands is that it gives us the energy to get it done. What you do need to get done, you can. Okay, of course, the King of Wands is another father figure. Don't be surprised if your conversations around your boyfriend, husband, masculine energy, whatever the divine masculine energy is in your life, whoever it is, boyfriend, husband, whatever, those topics are here whenever this is present. But it's saying, hey, assert what you can, leave the rest. Now this can also be a conversation between child and dad. And maybe you're the one who has to kind of look at the outer situation and be the sacrifice or take the higher spiritual approach to a situation, because the Haja of water, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, is representing the daughters of water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So we see a strong Pisces energy today. Neptune is the illusion. Neptune is known for putting the wool over your eyes, but it's also known for being able to spiritually uplift you and to escape. Sometimes we need to escape. Sometimes we need to draw, paint, watch a movie, take pictures, do things that really honor that creative side of us. This child and parent are making tea together, but it's teaching this child how to pick plants, dry the plants, make it into a tea. It's really a beautiful thing, or whatever they're making. It could be honey or something. But what I think we have going for us is the ability to show empathy with the hangman and the children of water. This is saying, I want to be able to feel you. I want to be able to connect on an emotional level. And the King of Wands brings that assertive energy present that puts order into things. And I love that. So it's really a good vibe to tap into. Of course, with that Temperance card, when you put too much on your plate, it can definitely, cause you to do too much. And then we have the Healing card that tried to pop out. And I love it because they put these hands all over the card, showing how you can heal yourself. I know so many people talk about how, like, if you put your child to your chest, it can even lower their temperature if they have a high temperature just off human touch, mother to child. skin to skin. It's amazing how things work. The only way you can go wrong today is if you find yourself getting frustrated and feeling like I always have to be the martyr. I always have to be the scapegoat. I always have to be the person who just has to sacrifice everything. So don't allow yourself to get too caught up in juggling too much. Understand you have supportive energy around. Use that support, okay? Chill out a bit if you have to. I hope that you have an amazing day. Use this fiery, watery energy. It brings steam, okay? It builds passion. It's also spirituality and soul work. So things like that can get done. So I hope that you have a great one. You all try not to get too frustrated with this Mercury retrograde. If you work online, if you work within communication, just cross your T's and dot your I's. Of course, room for error is even more, is heightened, okay, at this time. So you just have to be patient with yourself and the process. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow.